Hey, hey, welcome, y'all. Happy Friday. Welcome to Freedom Fridays. Listen, I'm vibing today. I decided, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna sit by the window because I've been doing this in an office the last couple weeks and there was no windows in there. And I was like, listen, I need sunshine. I am solar powered. And we're winding down from the week. So I'm gonna go ahead and sit on the couch, even though I've worked from the couch too. But I'm gonna sit on the couch while I do this. So welcome to my couch. We are here for Freedom Fridays to wind down for the weekend, to celebrate our wins, to set up our schedule for next week, and more than anything, to prioritize rest as we set up our schedule for next week. Because we have never, ever had a problem with getting things done. That's what this community does. People who come over here, this part of the internet, this is the part of the internet where we've never had a problem getting things done. Instead, we have a hard time resting. We have a hard time putting ourselves first. We have a hard time making space for us to get what we need because we're always giving everybody else what they need. But we're on the practice of changing that. We're starting to change that right here, right now. And that's what we're doing here on Freedom Fridays. So if you are new here, welcome. Hi there. I am Rashida, your dream strategist, and I am super passionate about helping women go from to trade burnout for alignment, creating a life of alignment, which to me looks like becoming a rested queen, creating a soft life for that rested queen. Come on. That's what we're doing over here. And so, yeah, what I want more than anything is for you to become a rested queen. And this is one of the 9 steps in helping you do that. Celebrating your wins, winding down for the weekend, making this a weekly practice is one of the 9 ways that I help you do that. So I would love to share more with you about the other 8 steps of that. But today, let's just start with winding down for the weekend. Let's keep it simple, okay? So thank you for taking a second to join me. If you've never joined me before, welcome. I'm glad you're here. If you are here every week, I'm so glad to see you again. And no matter what, I want you to say hello. I've just welcomed you into my house. So, like you do when you come in any other Black person's house, you come in there and you say, hey, you speak, you get comfortable, you get a nice drink, you sit down and you get ready for a good conversation. So the way we do that electronically, you could say hello in the chat and you can also say hello in the comments. I will respond whether you're watching live or on the replay. Take a second to say hello. I would love to say hello and make sure you know that you are welcome here. This is a space for you. I created this space for Black women and really all high achieving women who are ready to trade that burnout for alignment. And I'm all about connecting with you. So I'm excited to connect with you. Make space so I can connect with you because I can't reach out and touch you. You can see me, but I can't see you. Okay. All right. Make space for that. All right. So here's how we start this. We always start this by celebrating our wins from the week. And then we'll move into some next things. I'm not going to jump ahead. Let me just give you the next step because I want this to be simple for you. So take a second to think about what are some of the wins that you are celebrating from this week? Because here's what I know. If you're new here and you are that woman who is really great at getting stuff done, you probably suck at celebrating your wins. And I say that in the most loving way because you know what? You know how I know? Because I've been that person. I have definitely been that person. So we're going to start by celebrating our wins because it reminds me when I do this. that no matter how hard things got this week, I still did amazing things. Just because life was hard doesn't mean I didn't do amazing things. Just because things were changing didn't mean I failed. Just because all of these things are happening and moving forward doesn't mean that I'm moving backward. Because we literally have all of that mind trash going on. We got to counteract that. And celebrating our wins is one of the most practical ways to do that. So, 3 wins that you're celebrating, I'd love for you to go ahead and share those in the chat so that I can read them out and celebrate them with you. And while you're doing that, I'm going to take some time and think of what wins am I celebrating this week. Let me see. One win that I'm celebrating. I am on Monday for Memorial Day, I took a 7-hour walk down the beach. No, I take that back, 7 mile. I keep saying hour, it was mile. It was not 7 hours. It was maybe about 3 hours by the time I got done, but a 7-mile walk because I kinda strolled, I wasn't, like, power walking it. But it was so good to be out in the sun and get the vitamin D and just embrace the water and the palm trees. Listen, water, palm trees, sand, they're life. Like, I don't particularly like sand, but I like to see it. And being able to walk this beach has been so beautiful. This change of scenery has been amazing for me in the last couple weeks. So I'm celebrating just embracing that walk and in that moment, not making myself feel like I should be working. Yes, it was a holiday, but as a business owner, I know a lot of times us business owners are like, but this is just like every other day. Like if I wanted to take a day off, I could. It's different than when you have to show up at a job, you know? And I'm not dissing that. I'm just saying it's a different feel. Because I remember in corporate America, you live for the holidays, which I get it. Um, but as an entrepreneur, I can recognize when it's amazing that I can step into a holiday and not feel like I have to do more. So I'm celebrating that in myself. I enjoyed the beach. It was a wonderful time. And I did it without guilt. I did it without feeling like, oh, I should be doing this and I should be doing that. Because all of that is the stuff that goes on in our mind over and over again. And every day that I let that go, that is a win for me. It is a huge win. So that's my first win from today. If you have a win, believe me, I want to hear it. Put it in the chat so I can celebrate it with you because I know you haven't celebrated it enough. I'm sure if I was sitting in front of you and I was just listening to you talk about your week, you probably had 10 more wins than you are even thinking about right now. That's the other reason why we do this, because we don't ever really stop and process that. You got wins. So start thinking about what are your wins from this week and put them in the chat while I get my second win together. Let me see. My second win for this week. This week has been a challenging week. Challenging. And yet, in my own challenge, it's really easy to want to just stuff things down, to wanna ignore anything, we get into that, especially, trying to be strong. We're like, "I don't have space for no negative feelings, and I don't have space for my fear." But that's not necessarily a healthy coping mechanism. That's really us just stuffing it down, and then it's still boiling, it's still boiling in the inside, and it has nowhere to go, and at one point, it's going to just blow. It's going to come out when we don't really want it to come out. But this week, what I've been doing instead of stuffing it down is really learn how to make space to step outside of that emotion and allow it to be here, to be with me and make space for it and understand that part of me that's fearful in that moment or that's, having an emotional response in that moment and making space for it, which is not what I used to do. Old me would stuff that thing down until I exploded, and the explosion was not good, y'all. But this has been so much healthier to acknowledge that there's different parts of me. I'm a beautiful, dynamic human that is not happy all the time, even when I love my life. I have a beautiful life. I do amazing things, which with resources that I'm like, some it's only God, right? So, how do I make space for the fact that hard things happen, even when you have a beautiful life, right? And this is what it looks like. Like, I don't have to stuff it down and act like there's no part of me that ever struggles, because both can be true. It's a both and, it's not an either or. It is definitely both happen. And while there's been challenges this week, I've also had an amazing week. Y'all, I love me some Inside Out. I like to think of it like, at the end where Joy learns to turn the emotion ball, and on one side is joy and the other side is sadness. That's what I'm learning to experience, not just trying to be all of one. Gosh, woo, y'all need to go watch Inside Out. If y'all want a real view of what I'm talking about right now, go watch that movie because that is the real. Making space for our emotions and all the different dynamics of what it is. They talk about it from a 10-year-old, 11-year-old's mindset. We're full adults. We got even more emotions to make space for them rather than stuffing them down, and I'm so grateful for the times where I do that, because I know that's growth, I know that's maturity, I know that's emotional intelligence, and that's what I want, that's who I wanna be, that's who I wanna show up and be for myself and for others, so that's my second one for this week. Um, just making space for me to be this healthy human, the person that responds out of health, rather than trying to avoid or, douse my emotions because my emotions are a part of me. So, okay, that's my second win for this week. Let me see. My third win for this week is that I got a setup that is right in front of this beautiful window. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna start doing videos from here right now, like from going forward, because this is nice. I love it. This is a vibe for me. I love being able to see the sun come in and out of the clouds. I am by the theater, so it's like it's a beautiful view, the palm trees, like I'm in this vibe. Contrary, whereas like last 2 weeks, I was doing this in an office, which was not bad, but there was no windows. And let me tell y'all, I am solar power. Is there anybody else with solar power? If so, put that in the chat. In the chat or in the comments if you're on the replay, because I do so much better. I feel so much more joy. I feel so much more um what's invigoration when I get some sun. So, now don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I can't have a rainy day, but I do enjoy a bit of sun. So, I'm grateful when the sun is out. Rainy days have a different vibe, but they're still nice too. Those are the cuddly, get a warm drink day. So, I enjoy that. So, yes, those are my 3 wins from this week. And yes, I would love for you to share your wins in the chat, or in the comments if you're watching on the replay, so that I can celebrate them with you. So the next thing that we do here is, now that we have celebrated our wins from the week, we give out some stickers. Stickers. Yes, stickers. Remember, like, when we were in elementary school and you got a sticker for being a good student, and it made you wanna puff out your chest and be like, "Look who got a sticker, boo." That's what we're about to do right now. But here's how you get a sticker. You get a sticker by asking yourself, "Did I prioritize rest for myself at least once this week?" If you prioritized rest for at least one time this week for you, not for anybody else. This is not about you showing up as a mom, as a wife, as a daughter, as an employee, as a business owner. You do those things all the time. I'm not worried about those things. I'm asking, have you shown up and created rest and space for you? If you've done that, then you get a sticker. And I don't even care how long you've done it. I'm not saying for a minimum of an hour or anything like that. If you just made time to do it, then you get the sticker. And this is the honor system. You ask yourself, did you do it? If you say yes, then I believe you. And if you did say yes, then you get a sticker. It's that simple. And I want you to think about this as you go through your week next week because I hope that it makes you pause and take a second to say, "Oh, I've been doing this and that and that and this and that and that and this and this and that for everybody else, but right now, for this 1 minute, for this time, I'm gonna sit here and take a second for me." And maybe that's going to take a walk, maybe it's taking a second to earth. Maybe there's a lot of different activities, and I actually have a beautiful worksheet for you to be able to do that. Let me go ahead and share that right now so that you can see. Let's see. What window is that? Oh, that's the wrong thing. It's showing me the other Chrome tab. Let's do it here then, 'cause I don't oh, wait, no. Okay, here, let me fix it. I got it. Imma open this window, or hopefully Imma open this window. Yes, okay, here we go. So, if you have been trying to make more time to just find simple spaces of times without throughout the week where you do something for you, but you wanna do something a little more than numbing out on the couch, or some of the things that you've done before and you just want something different, then this is where I'm like, "Hey, take a second, try a different activity." And I have a whole worksheet for you to be able to find those activities, some different activities for you to do. So if you want to go to Freedom Fridays at Your Dream Strategist slash activities, actually, I'm gonna put this in the chat for you so that you can click on it. You can go to my website and download this worksheet completely free so that the next time you're looking for an activity that's going to give you a sticker on Friday, you could go into this worksheet and try something out. This is a fierce woman's guide to activities for rest, radiance, and fun. Things that are gonna help you fill your cup, okay? So, maybe rollerblading, taking a walk down the beach, going on a bike ride, laying out in the sun, getting some vitamin D in your body, especially for us as Black women, we're usually so deficient on that. Earthing, hanging out in a hammock. Oh, y'all, I love a hammock. If there was a hammock right here in front of me, listen, you wouldn't be able to get me off of this patio. I would be on it all the time. So, if you're looking for different activities to do, go ahead and check out this worksheet. Again, I put that in the chat so you could go ahead and click on that link and download it. Okay. So, yes. Now, as I was saying, oops, I almost clicked the wrong button. Lord, I'm grateful I didn't do that. Um, so now if you're ready, if you have your sticker and you're ready to get your sticker for the week, then here's what you're going to do. We are going to go ahead and get you your sticker. So if you have taken any time this week to get rest and fun, here's what I want you to do. I want you to go to the chat and I want you to put hashtag STICKA sticker, okay? We're gonna be blackety black with it. And I think it makes it more fun. And if you are the person who is, getting a sticker for this week, if you've prioritized rest for this week, I'm gonna give you a sticker right here in this chart, the one that you see on the screen. And so go ahead and put it. Let me show you what that looks like. Hashtag STICKA. Go ahead and put a hashtag sticker in the chat, and I'm gonna go ahead and give you a sticker for the next week. So the sticker for this week is the queen. Yes, because we're creating a life of being a rested queen. And it's so, so, so powerful to do that. Because as I was talking about before, we kind of thought that our queenness is like getting everything done for everybody and being everything to everybody. But that's not what this is. We forgot the rested part. If you're doing everything for everybody, you're not rested. But this is all about helping you become that rested queen, not just the queen. Okay. So if you've been prioritizing rest and fun this week, if you've taken some time to be present in yourself and to take care of you, then you deserve a sticker. Put it in the chat, and I will gladly give it to you on this check-in form. And here's the thing: if you are joining me for the replay, you can still get your sticker. You don't have to be here live to get the sticker. So go ahead and go to the chat or go to the comments and do hashtag sticker, and I will make sure that you get your sticker on this check-in. Okay. Okay. Thank you for taking a second to do that. And here's why I'm thanking you for doing that. Because every time that you earn a sticker is every time that you positively reinforce that you deserve to put yourself first. And every time you you take action to put yourself first is a time when you get closer to being fully centered, allowing you to be your center rather than making everybody else your center. And that's one of the manifestations of being a rested queen is that you're living in flow, that you're completely and fully cared for, and then that you have been centered on yourself and that you are fully nourished emotionally, mentally, spiritually, that you're nourished in everything that you need to be. And when you are nourished and centered in yourself, then everything that comes out of you is the beauty and the authenticity and the fullness of who you are to share that with other people. Then people are getting your overflow rather than emptying your cup. And that's what we know. Here's the thing, we know it's supposed to be that, but a lot of times we don't know how to get that. And so this is one of the steps to do that. Is to start with just putting yourself first every week. And that's not, let me be clear, because right now you're probably like, oh my gosh, but that makes me feel so selfish. I have so much shame, so much guilt coming up for even the idea that my life is centered on me. And hear me when I say I understand. I understand that there has been so many expectations or so many cultural feel expectations that have made you feel like that was what made you a woman and that's what made you a good mom and that's what made you a good daughter, a good sister, a good employee, a good all of these things. But let me tell you, you can let all those things go. None of those, you putting everybody else first is not what makes you a good mom, sister, employee, business owner, all of those things. Instead, you learning how to take care of yourself first and being able to give your full authenticity in your overflow, that's what that rustic queen is. That's what that real beauty is, okay? And so I'm all about helping you get to that. And if this sticker, I hope that this sticker, every time that this comes to mind and you hear me on my little soapbox in the back of your mind going, "Hey, hey, hey, did you prioritize rest right now? Are you resting right now? Did you make some time for it?" So I hope I hope that you hear me in your head and it helps you to start to shift things to recognize that you get to put yourself first regardless of everything else that is going around you. You don't have to run from everybody else to put yourself first. You don't have to burn down the beautiful life that you've built to put yourself first in it. This is going to help you start shifting that. Okay. All right. Let me stop sharing my screen. Um, yes. Okay. So I gave myself my sticker for today. If you have prioritized rest this week, then I want to give you a sticker. Go ahead and take a second and put that in the chat so that I can give you your sticker and put it on that same check-in or in our check-in that we have. Here's the other thing that I want to talk about today. As we are talking about becoming that rested queen, and I told you the way that becoming that rested queen manifests is that you learn to one, live in flow, two, become nourished and centered, and then three, to allow yourself to be cared for. In order to get those three things, though, you need three things. Okay. Those three things are you need vision, you need systems, and you need support. You need vision, you need systems, and you need support. Because a lot of times we think, I could just keep doing stuff. I could just do it. It's fine. And because I'm doing the work, because I'm putting in hard time, I'm putting in the hard work, that things are just going to happen. And I'm just going to get the beautiful life that I want. Listen, it doesn't work like that. If you're not putting work towards something specific, you're going to get something. It just ain't going to be what you want. And I'm going to tell you from experience. You could put in a lot of hard work, but it doesn't mean it's automatically going to give you what you want. Instead, you need a vision to give you that clarity of what am I exactly building up to? And that's why you need the vision. And then you need the systems because, okay, I'm working. Am I doing the right work to get the things that I want? And am I doing the right work consistently to create that vision that I want? And the systems are the consistency in doing the right things that actually manifest into the vision that you've built for yourself. And then in addition to that, you need support. You should not have to do this alone. Man, we had so many amazing videos and songs and things that were like hyper feminist, um about being strong women, that hyper independent, but hyper independent is, listen, let me tell you, played out. It's not cared for, it's not supported. It's trying to be the superwoman that doesn't need anybody and anything, but just like, and depending on your faith, but I know you believe this, nobody is supposed to do this life alone. And here's how I know you know this, because we are women that make sure that nobody else has to do everything alone, but we're always doing something alone. Listen, talk about a hypocrite. Hypocrite. But I say it in love. I say it in absolute love. And so that's why we need the support, because we shouldn't be doing this alone. This is the stuff that allows us to fully be present and cared for when we allow other people to come around us. I was talking to someone the other day. And, actually, I was doing a podcast interview yesterday. It was amazing, and I'm excited. When that podcast comes out, I will share all the details with you. But she was talking about how she is so good at showing up for everybody, and then when her husband goes to do something nice for her, she's so busy trying to control it that she ends up taking on all the work, and he doesn't have to do anything, and he's like, "But I wanted to show up for you." We think that other people can't get things done unless we show up and do the work, but here's what's actually happening. Don't be mad at me. Don't shoot the messenger, because I know you don't wanna hear this, but Imma tell you this in truth and love. They don't need us to do everything. They absolutely do not. They can be responsible humans too, whether that's your kids, your parents, your husband, your job, your employees. All of those people can show up and be responsible humans too, but we don't let them. We too busy trying to do their job and our job and everybody else's job. Stop it. Stop it. And allow somebody to come and care for you. Allow them to show up for you. The reason why people don't show up for us is because we don't allow them to. I know that's not a one size fits all. It's not like that in every situation, but you'd be surprised how many situations it is happening in. I would say 90% of the time. 90% of the time. If you actually just sat down, you don't even say anything. You just sat down and stopped getting up and doing the things all the time before somebody else can get up to do it, that somebody else will get up and do it. It might take them a little bit to be reoriented to the fact that you're not going to do it because they've gotten used to you doing it, but they would adjust if you just sat your tail down. and allowed yourself to be cared for. So that's the third part of this. That's why you need support. And you need support in that transition of making it happen to remind you to go sit back down. So these are the three things that I help my clients get: vision, systems, and support. In the way that, and that on the other side of that allows you to be living fully in flow, nourished and centered, and fully cared for. And there are specific steps that I help you do to get those things. But here's the thing, you're like, listen, I'm not even really sure that I'm missing out on those things. I think I have some vision. I think I have some systems. I think I have support. Okay, I believe you. I want to give you an opportunity to see how much of that you have. Because here's the beauty of this: when you know where you are today, what you have on your docket, and what you have and what you're missing, it's not about being like, "Woe is me, look what I don't have." It's, "Oh, I don't have those things, but now that I know, I can take ownership, I can take responsibility, and I can go get those things." And the way that I want you to figure that out, I have a beautiful little assessment. It's just 2 minutes, 9 questions where you can go and take this little quiz, and it's going to help you, see how much of vision, how much of systems, how much of support do you have? And then at the end, it's going to give you some steps on how to start taking action to get those things. So let me go ahead and share that with you. Let me see. So this quiz, I made it, and I made it thinking specifically of my people, because I know that when I knew that I wanted more, but I wasn't really sure how to get it. And I wasn't really sure what it looked like. And I also have to say, there was part of me that was like, but I have an amazing, beautiful life. Like, gotten a great job. I've, started building a family. I've got a nice car. I do some amazing things, but there's still part of me that wants more. And there was part of me that felt bad for knowing I wanted more. Cause wow, I have everything that I want, right? um, but when I actually took a step back, I knew that that wasn't enough for me. I knew that something needed to shift. And answering these questions that are in this assessment are going to help you figure out, okay, but what is it that I have to shift? And that's what this is going to help you do. So go ahead and take a second. I am going to put the link in the chat. And here's the other thing about that. 9 times out of 10, you probably think, if I quote unquote have everything that I want, and I shouldn't feel bad about that, because obviously, like, whatever, like, I have everything. What else, what more could I have? Or you could be the person that's like, um, I I hate this job. I don't want to do this anymore, but I don't know what the heck I would do. I get it. I've been that person. And so what we do is we go look for another job. We say, "Oh, the job is the problem." Or we say, "Hey, Megan, I'm so glad you get to join. So you're joining today. We're talking about the what's blocking your soft life assessment." And I was talking about how I've seen myself and I've seen other clients. I literally just had a call with one on Wednesday where she said, "I think it's the job that's keeping me from being rested." I've been there. You literally think it's the job and that it's sucking all your time, it's sucking all your energy. But here's what I found. Even if you leave that job and you get another one, you're like, "Oh my gosh, this feels so much better," when you first get there. And everything feels so much better at the beginning because you're in your honeymoon stage. And then the next thing you know, You don't like that job either. So then you're like, okay, well, if it's not the job, then it must be this boss I have. The boss is the one that's keeping me from really enjoying my life, from getting me to that more that I want. So then you ask to be moved to another supervisor. You get that new supervisor, and at the beginning, it feels better. You're like, oh, this is so much better. And then it's the honeymoon phase again because the next thing you know, it ain't the boss either. And so then you're like, well, that just means I'm not made for corporate America. I'm not made for this job. I got to go start my own business. So then you leave corporate America, you leave the job, you leave the boss, you start your own business, and then you realize you're just as burnt out as you were before. And you're like, well, shit, if it wasn't the job and it's why is it still happening? Why is it that I've left all of those things that I thought were the problem, and yet I'm still feeling burnt out? I'm still feeling like I want more. I'm still feeling like things aren't there yet because it had nothing to do with the job. It had nothing to do with the boss. It had nothing to do with you starting the business. Is that something in you wasn't getting to fully manifest? There is something out of alignment. And I'm not saying that as a bad thing. It's not a bad thing to find that you are your biggest problem. It is actually the best answer you can ever want because if you realize that you are your own problem, you can change you. You can't change how the job works. You can't change the person of your boss. You can change your business, but you can keep, if you're changing all of those things around your business, but you haven't fixed those things that are actually within you that are coming out, it's still not going to work. But when you take ownership and say, there's something in me that's not in alignment, then you can change that. And that is where this quiz comes in. This quiz helps you figure out what is not in alignment for me right now. Because when I know what's not in alignment, then I know how to get it in alignment. And that's a beautiful thing. I cannot stress that enough. That is freedom to say, I have autonomy, I have power, and I'm about to stand in it, and I'm about to change something. So that's why you should take this quiz. This is going to help you see exactly what's out of an alignment in your life when it comes to everything that it takes to become this rested queen. And when you know what's out of alignment, then you can take action to get into alignment. And I would love to help you do that. That's where my program comes in. That's where I help you take actionable steps. There's 9 steps that you take to be able to get into that alignment. Okay, but it starts with the quiz. So the quiz link is in the chat. Go ahead and take a second and make sure you take a second to do that quiz. Megan, how are you today? We've already done our wins, but I want to hear your wins. What are your wins from this week? What are you celebrating? And then also, are you getting a sticker? Did you prioritize some time for rest and fun this week? Did you prioritize some Megan time? Let me know. Put it in the chat so I could give you a sticker. Hashtag sticker girl. I want to know how your week has been. Okay. Ooh, Lord, my nose. Let me blow my nose real quick. Excuse me. Oh, oh. I don't know why. I swear this doesn't happen any other time of the week, but maybe it's because I'm talking too much. That could definitely be part of it. Yes, Megan said hashtag sticker. I love it. Let me go ahead and get your sticker. Let me go ahead. So I'm gonna switch this screen and open that window back up. Okay. We could do this. Where is it at? Where is it at? Okay, there we go. All right, Megan, the sticker for today is the queen because we've been talking about how to become a rested queen today. So if you missed, well, you missed some of that. So make sure you take a second and go back on and see the beginning. Oh, look at AI trying to get up in my spreadsheets. Listen, stay out of my spreadsheets. But Megan, I gave you your sticker. How was your week? Tell me about your wins. Okay. So as I've been sharing, this is all about winding down for the weekend. So we started by celebrating our wins. Then we started with, then we went into, giving out stickers, rewarding us for prioritizing our rest and fun. Then we said if we're looking for new activities to, um, get rest and fun throughout the week, then we should download the activities worksheet that I put that is the first link in the chat. And then I've shared about how you can get really clear on what's blocking your soft life, what's blocking you from becoming a rested queen, and I put that link in the chat as well. Now we need to choose our rest intention for next week. Choosing our rest intention for next week. And so the way that I love to walk us through doing that is we are going to do a body scan. Let's take a second and listen to our body. I will never forget this question. I loved it when Alicia Renice asked me this question, and it came so natural to me that I didn't have an actual answer to like how she said, "How do you know how much rest you need?" Like I could tell the way she asked the question, she was looking for like a specific formula of like, this is how much rest you need to have every single week so that you can be a fully authentic human. And I had to say, it doesn't quite work like that. It's a person to person answer because we're not the same person every day, every week, every month. And so we have to take a second and listen to our bodies and to ourselves to be able to understand what does rest look like for me right now in this moment and how much do I need to be my fully authentic self. And that's also because there are times when we've shifted fully into a different part of ourselves to show up in something, but then we have to adjust. So sometimes we gotta shift back, and that's okay. That's all a part of learning how to stay on the surfboard. I think of balance as not trying to stand still. Instead, I think of balance as learning how to surf. We're learning how to get on a surfboard and maintain our joy, our rest, our enjoyment of the water moving below us as we learn to sway and move with the surfboard and keep standing the whole way. So the way that we can learn how to stand or to figure out how much rest we need within a week is to do a body scan and ask our body, what do we need right now? And make some assessments and make some decisions on how to do that for the week going forward. This is real practical, y'all. Like, we actually about to do this right here, right now. Megan said, I guess one of my wins for this week is prioritizing rest. Yes, that's always a win, girl. Even if you did that 3 times, look, if that's the only thing you did this week, that is amazing win. An amazing win. Yes, Megan, you know I'm always about that. Okay, I've been sitting Indian style on this couch too long. I gotta stretch out my knees. My little old lady knees. Okay. Okay. I love it. So yes, I'm so glad that you took a time. I'm so glad that that's a win for you. It's always a win when you take some time to prioritize rest. Always a win. So now let's take some time to figure out what our rest intention is going to be for next week, and we're going to do that by just doing this body scan. So here's how I like to do it. I like to close my eyes, get a little comfortable, sit back, get my feet on the floor, put my hand on my one hand on my belly and the other hand over my heart, and then just take a deep breath. Let's just start with that. A deep breath in, a deep breath out. Come on. And then from that, I want you to start at the top, the tippy top of your head. And we're just gonna scan down with opening the space to say, body, what do we need right now? This is a practice of really listening to yourself and to your body and to who you are in this moment and asking and listening to what you need. So, starting at the top of your head, scanning down over your forehead, your eyebrows, your eyes, down your nose, across your lips, and down your chin, down your neck, across your shoulders, your triceps, your elbows, your forearms, your fingertips. really taking a second to listen down your chest, down your belly, over your hips, and down your thighs, down your knees, down your shins, over your ankles, over your feet, and all the way to the tips of your toes. And as you do that scan, ask your body, what do I need right now? What kind of rest do I need? What is going to make me feel fully alive that I have not allowed myself to do lately? Or that I've allowed myself to do, but I could use a bit more of it. That's what I want you to do. Listen to that part. Listen to it. What is it telling you? Mine is telling me to go blow my nose. But it's also telling me, listen, you have been taking a walk on the beach almost every day, and you enjoy it. Like, don't skip that. Keep doing that. Keep making space for you to raise your chin to the sun and let it soak into my bones. That's what my body is telling me. If you're open to it, I would love for you to share what is your body telling you for your rest intention for this week. How are you going to be intentional about putting rest into yourself, about filling up your cup this week? Maybe it's that you need extra hugs this week. Then you need to go schedule some cuddle time, whether it's with your boo or with your children or with your dog, or even if you just got an affectionate friend that will give you one of the best hugs. Look, I love my huggy friends. Come on. I love it. Whatever it is that you need, whatever your body told you you need, make space for that. And not just make space for it, this is where we get into scheduling it. Because anything that gets scheduled, you as a high capacity woman, you know that if it ain't on your calendar, boo, it don't get done. I know because that's the kind of women that come up and hang up over here, come hang out over here. So if you're that woman, I know you're that woman. In the same way that you prioritize getting things done, then I need you to prioritize and schedule getting your rest. And there's two ways that I like to help people do that. So one of those ways is to literally put it in your calendar so that you don't forget. Because otherwise, you'll get to the end of the week. You'll be so busy with everything that you've put on your calendar that taking the time to give your body that hug, to go walk in the sun and allow that sun to sink in. All of those things, you'll forget because you're too busy doing everything in your calendar. That's why I want you to go schedule it. And then when it comes up on your calendar, a reminder that you've put aside the enough time for you to go do it, then I want you to go do it. And you're gonna see me after we finish talking through this, that'll be the next thing that we do. I'm literally going to go work on my calendar for the next week. I'm gonna put some music on. By the time the music goes off, it's about 25 minutes. That is gonna give you enough time to schedule rest and fun in your calendar for next week. Schedule your rest intention so that you do it. Okay. If you're like, listen, I'm that person who's anti schedule because I'm just not ready. I don't want a time. I don't want to have to that's too structured for me. I'm gonna tell you a secret. Structure is freedom. I know a lot of us don't want to hear that. Without structure, I'm just gonna be real with you. I know you don't want to hear this. Without structure, it's chaos. And you probably have more structure than you think. You've been just doing it without a schedule. But if you want to add a new behavior in, you have to be a little bit more intentional about it. And so that's why I'm telling you to schedule it in your calendar. But if you're not the person who wants to schedule it in your calendar, here's the other way that you can add that intention into what you do. The way that you'll do that, I want you to get a post-it. Ooh, and I'm actually in here today so I can get the post-it so that you can see. Let me get it. I want you to get a Post-it, and I want you to write your rest intention on the Post-it, okay? When you write your rest intention on the Post-it, so say your rest intention for this week is to go walk on the beach, and you decided that you wanna do that rest intention at least, 3 times this week. You're gonna take that Post-it, there's a beautiful little Post-it right here, and you're gonna write on it. This first Post-it is a little janky because, it wasn't wrapped up in my bag. You're gonna take that little Post-it and you're gonna write that rest intention on the Post-it. Walk Oh, of course, this is the pen that doesn't work. That's okay, there's a pencil right here. Walk on the beach 3 times, okay? Let me see, is it gonna focus in? You can kinda see it there. Walk on the beach 3 times. Oh, hey, we got some stuff going on in the chat. I love that you get to walk on the beach every day. That's what I would do. Come on, listen. I know that's right. And if you can't walk on the beach, what other things can you do that feel restful? That's why I have this worksheet for you. That's why it's the first link in this chat so that you can get some different ideas. What other things can you do that are restful for you? If I couldn't walk on the beach, I would probably be walking on the Beltline if I was in Charlotte. That's what I would be doing. Okay. But it's getting out in nature, allowing my body to move, allowing me to kind of see the people and people watch a little bit. But it's not even so much that I want to people watch, it's just being out in the nature. I'm not the nature sees nature type person. I don't need to be out in the trees in the forest, but I need to be out with the people. So what is it that's going to make you feel that's going to bring rest to you? Go do that, okay? That's what I want you to put as your rest intention. So go ahead and put it on your Post-it. This is for the people that are not into scheduling things, okay? Then once you put it on the Post-it and you've decided that you wanna do that activity 3 times for the next week, then I want you to create 3 little checkbox squares on it. Let me see, can it trying to get it to focus, the camera is hard. Let me see, if I do that, is it gonna fit? If I do that, wait, this way? Okay. I don't know how to do it, but you see that there's a little square there, okay? 3 squares. Now what you wanna do is take this and put it somewhere that you're going to see it regularly. Whether it's on your mirror in your bathroom, your front door, on your refrigerator door, because you go in there regularly. And let it remind you that I wanna take a walk 3 times this week. And then every time that you do it, check it off. You're rewarding yourself in a moment by checking it off, but not only that, you're reminding yourself to put yourself first in that time. Okay? Look, Meg said, I've been walking more too, but it's to work, not to the beach. I get that, Megan. How can we create a beach vibe at work, regardless of how crazy them people are? That's what I want us to work on. How do we create a beach vibe in you? That's like, listen, y'all can be as crazy as you want, but I'm gonna show up with me and my beach vibe every day. Okay. I know that's not easy, but I want you to think about how you can create that. Okay. Because that's what your freedom is gonna look like. Um, hey Marissa, how are you? So glad you joined us today. You know I always love when you're here. Yes, yes. Tamara said, I just woke up from a nap. Hey, girl, I know that's right. Allow yourself to take naps. Whatever it is that allows you to fill up your cup, your rest intention, put it in, schedule it. Now, this is your like ad hoc, I'm going to make it easy. I don't really want to use a calendar scheduling version, but you can also schedule it in your calendar. That's what I suggest more than anything. And that's what we're about to do. So, for the next 25 minutes, we are going to set up our rest intention in a way that allows us to be intentional about it. Whether you're doing it on your post it notes or whether you're putting it in your calendar, I want you to go ahead and work on getting that set up. Now, here's the thing, be honest with yourself. Don't say, I'm a rest for 5 hours every day. 'Cause you know you're not. You're not there yet. If this is new to you, you're not there yet, and that's okay. That is absolutely nothing to feel bad about. There's nothing wrong with that. Start with something simple. Like one of my clients, she was having a hard time even taking time away from her daughter when she got home because she felt bad. She felt guilty. So we started with just 15 minutes of doing something that she loved. She loved getting on her headphones and listening to look, she would pull out her really expensive ones that like sound a little different when you move around a little bit and just allowed her to herself to immerse in her music. And if she just did that once a week, 15 minutes, actually, we started with 5 minutes, not even 15. 5 minutes of that, one and a half, two songs of that. Okay. Then she was starting her habit to be more intentional about rest, and that's exactly what this is about. Now, if you more advanced, then you can add more rest in there too, but I still want you to be reasonable, okay? But schedule it in. Allow yourself to win at this, okay? Thank you, lovely human, for taking a second to hit the like button. I appreciate you. You're helping YouTube know that this is a video worthy of showing other women who want to trade burnout for alignment as well. It's not just about creating a soft life. You get a soft life in response to being in alignment. And I want to help you get into alignment. Okay. Thank you for taking a second to like. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the music on. That's gonna give us 25 minutes to set up our schedule. I'm a, and then from there, you probably see me get really close because I'm gonna be working on my schedule. Um, and then after that, we're going to work on winding down for the weekend. Okay, that sound good? All right. Let me go ahead and get us started. Um, tell me, can you hear the music? Oops, did that wrong. Hit play. Hopefully, it's playing for y'all. Tamara, I love that you just woke up from that nap. Get it, girl. Let me go ahead and start working on my schedule. Mhm. Mm, 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 mm. Oh, you can't hear the music today? I wonder if it's because I haven't had my headphones on. Let me take them off. Can you hear it now? I want you to hear that. Maybe hear it now. Because I don't know what I did last week that made it work. Let me go ahead and get mine. I got some things to record in a minute. This might have to talk really okay here. Let me see. Can't see either. Oh wait. Not echo. Okay. We I'm gonna have to figure that out. Oh, okay. So it is I wonder. I wonder if will. Skip. We're gonna share it the way I was sharing before. Technical difficult. Okay. I'm gonna have
Maybe that's a little better. I'm gonna have to do some more testing on that. Thanks for giving me the details, man. I don't know why I would have said it. Well, I won't say I would have said it. It was working last week, but I don't know what I did. Oh, if there was anybody else that was that needed their sticker, go ahead and tell me in the chat so I can get you your sticker. Yes. Hey Tracy, you said welcome to everybody. Sorry for the latest. These people are now putting meetings on Fridays. Rush it out. I'm actually really enjoying the LA Planner. Use it for the week, and I'm loving it so far. Hey, morning. Happy Friday. Tracy, I'm so happy to hear that. I enjoy it too. I love it. Oh my gosh. Hey, y'all. Y'all know y'all make me smile. I'm just finishing up my schedule for the week, looking at some things. I know somebody was supposed to meet with a call right after this, and listen, trying to get time zones together are a hot mess. So we've been trying to figure out this time. So I just responded to her. Let me see. What else do I have for today? I'm not sure. When am I going to work on this? These are two content projects. Let me Yeah, I'm gonna do my spinners with making sure I got everything that I need to have calendar. I know Tracy breaks. I haven't figured out how to make it. Know what's happening, so I could try to figure out. Shoot. I felt like but today is not what I did. If I can open it. This is on my iPhone. Share. This little cute self. Wow. Yeah, you yes. have to see how another way that I'm at. I don't know what I did last week that made it in today. Let me see. Mic mode. I just changed the setting. Things today, trying to figure it out. We're almost to the point. We should just be about done. We might have to switch it up again next week. It's just this one thing out. We'd be good to go. Our planning time while I'm trying to figure out why. Hopefully it got better at the end part and see if it sounds a little. So if you're just joining, listen. Marissa's here. Tamara, May. Hey, ladies. Imani is here. I'm always so happy to see. Now we're to this place. Tracy said, Madame Rush, what's going on? Girl, I don't know what's going on. I did switch my live stream like I was using Ecamm. I was like, you know what? I just want to try to do and see how it's going. And the only thing that I have not got this thing. So I'm gonna have to figure it out because I know that this week, y'all, I'm gonna go back and listen and then listen to it today. And but Tracy said, listen, oh, good to know. Okay, so let me change that back. Now, and if I'm also gonna go ahead, this is what I had on before. Fixes this. So Tracy, thank you for tell me how was it before I have the headphones on, okay? And then she said, but hold on, but I'll get that sticker. I'll definitely get you. Yes, I put you on 2X. I know that's right. You said, come is that distorting it? Let me get you your sticker. Who else in the chat? Or Tamara or I could say that a lot of different ways. You tell me how. Imani, are you getting your sticker? Put hashtag sticker in the chat. Go ahead and share my screen so you can see. Tracy is getting her sticker right here, right now. She said, listen, I came on here to get what I came to get. Don't forget to give it to me. I'm giving you your sticker, Rested Queen. I talked about what it looks like to be a rested queen, the 3 things that you need to become a rested queen, the 3 ways that it looks like to be for that rested queen vibe to manifest. I talked about all of that at the beginning of this live stream today. So make sure you take a second and go back and listen to the beginning. You say, yes, something is going on. The screen is now black. What in the world? I can see it on my end. Oh my gosh. Is it? I just am having a hard time today. My goodness gracious. Sharing the screen. So it's showing me on you. It's like, girl, you living your best life. You're not living your best life. I got some. I thought we were getting it. I thought you too. I guess not. That's okay. That's okay. Either way, to like this video. I appreciate you. Glad when you're here and I read this content. You help YouTube know capacity boss women who are ready to join me for winding down for the weekend. Because we already celebrated our win. Celebrate your wins. Go ahead and put that in the chat. Prioritize rest and fun. Replay. I've already told you to put it in the comments. And then make sure for next week. And then you either want to use the scheduling method to be intentional. Set your next week. And now we're in way. Yes. Need help. Oh, girl. Oh, I think I was playing with this. Got it. Got it, y'all. It is. Okay. Thank you. Oh, listen. Right side, your skin looks flaky. I received that. A flake. That, thank you. I'm not gonna lie, sunshine. I told you I'm fully. Yes, a sticker as well. I'm gonna have to go ahead. I'm not happening, but you know what? I'm gonna go back to. So I got it. We good now. I got you. Agreed. The skin is on stuff. Every bit of that. Thank you, ladies. Some on my own hearts. And to be on YouTube because I really like to interact with y'all, and it's. But now that you're telling me that it needs that setting is, and I'm gonna go back and for telling me that. Okay. So let's go ahead and wind down. 3 things we do. 3 things. And foremost, we start with looking at how many. So that we have less. Those things are taking up space on our computer. They're taking up iPad. Close that stuff down. It will be a year history, or if you're when you're ready to come back to it, you will. Put that space, free up that mental capacity. So, how many windows are you on your phone, on your iPad? Close like you want to share. Go ahead. And then let me check this. How many windows? Okay. So I'm closing this one, two. I will be closing this three. I'm gonna work on that today. 5, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12. I got 12 on my laptop. Let me see. I've now that we've been iPad pretty close. Okay, I'm 2, 3 iPad and as my webcam. So those are you closing today? Go ahead and close. Yes. Let me just found some windows. The next thing is decide what's gonna be our fun activity for this. Find ourselves that we're actually getting into joy and freedom to fully rejuvenate over the weekend. Tell you my activity for than it is today. And that's okay. Tomorrow, I'm helping a friend, and I don't really drink wine, but I'm gonna go for the and seeing all the things that have to be able to support. So that weekend to really move into rest. Fun meal gonna be. Yeah. What's my fun activity gonna be? Chocolate from Dubai, worth it. Sounds amazing. What video was that you joining and you're having like let me know that if you turn this that it's playing better. And I for next week so that you don't have to. That's what I want you to know. Okay, and then things will be getting better. Okay, chocolate is a pistachio chocolate. Send it to me. That's interesting. In Dubai. That's a whole vibe. Let me know, okay? I'm very interested in hearing more about that. That sounds like that's the and I'm not the biggest chocolate fan. Ooh, but I am. The watermelon is gonna be meal for this weekend. Watermelon. Okay. Okay. So with my fun activity for today, do you know what yours are? Those with me in the chat, or if you're watching on the replay. Tracy said, "Did you get to dip your listen?" I haven't time to. I just it's still a little cold here. Every time I go outside with the hood, so I haven't put my toes. It's not. That's really only because I went to the beach or this week. Yesterday evening, I went. It's actually so beautiful over there. I might have to check that out. But yeah, I will. I need to and the water cold. Have y'all done? I haven't done that. Listen. I heard of them and it like really helps to rejuvenate it. I actually maybe I need to add the living softly. I think that might be a good activity to add. I'm receiving your challenge. I'm gonna make some time. That might be my right to get in the jacuzzi 3 times. Down your rest intention, please. Please take a second to do that right now. I'm right now. Or put it was I blocked off the time for the rest but I think I want to add this next week. But I'm also gonna add taking it will like that too. So I'm adding tension. And I might not be in there long. So yes. How's your rest? Thickest, so I'm imagining it was good. So listen, as we wind ready to set ourselves up for rest, I'm so excited for you. And week, okay? Make sure you hear me saying that. I didn't said it this whole live stream, but reminding you to prioritize out of the 9 activities that burnout and into alignment. Um, at the beginning of that transition, go back and listen to the beginning. Tracy said, "My fun really planning out my month ahead. I love Miles Monroe. And out time, including my rest on y'all listen, cause I'll be telling y'all that all the time. But and I'm glad that it's sinking in. You gotta be intentional about the productivity, hustle culture will overwhelm us. The heels back into. So I'm glad you're doing that. Yes, Trace. And then Marissa said, I'm going for a night. Really excited. That is a night hike. Are you taking a headline? Knee pads? I would be, but that's also because I trip on something and fall and hit. I'm excited for you. And what is it sounds thrilling. The thrilling meaning that it's a little eerie, and I like that vibe because that bring the senses know that you're fully alive. Tracy said, "Ooh, hiking for June with my hubby and my son." Yes, Marissa always has activities to share with. Love it. I love it. Listen, let me write that down. Working on these worksheets anyway. Work night hike. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love the. Oh wait, my intent is it's to do the savor because I knew many things and more. Nice, Marissa. I love this. Amazing. I love it. Love this, Marissa. I love the intention that makes space for rest. I love body needs. All of the things that I'm all about. Oh, I want to write. So good. And thank you for that, and I appreciate you. So beautiful intention. It is. It share with us. Thank you. It's our message. She said, girl, our media like just fully off. Yes, and I look forward to being back. But she of some things and have those sessions, those some of the usual things we do for we have to switch that. I'm sure she'll be back, but I will that you asked about her. She will appreciate the last couple weeks to be remembered too. So I thought she most definitely is. So Tracy, hiking is my favorite activity, even with my kiddo. That is such a fun activity. Love it. I love it. I love it. What beginning today? I sent out an email and she said she just happened to that. So I was so glad to hear from her. She wasn't on earlier. Yes, Trace. Looking for my girl. That's what this community is. People are. We come on here. Where's she at? Let me go check on her. Such a beautiful. So thank you for doing that. I'm sure when we get off this call and let her know. Tracy was looking for you. Yes. Okay, ladies, I want to know, what do I want to do? Let me pause for moving in a different direction than my. Let me just pause. Just want to say, is while we have every week, and I love our community, this is to really becoming that rested queen. What's blocking your soft life? I encourage you to do it because in all the things that going to show you the other steps on getting all of those others we're doing here. And I'll put the link so that you can go ahead and get that assessment. And because when we have owned, we can take action. We get to get the things that actually bring us into, which is to become that rested queen. Quiz is gonna help us do that. So make sure it's okay. Yeah, Tracy, you said okay. Good to hear she's doing it because I was looking for her. I said, girl, We understand you gotta take care, and that we look forward to you coming back. Thanks for asking. I have been thinking of yes, and I'm sure that she can feel sending love and affection to her from our heart. Love our ladies. You're right, Tracy. It's always a good time. Well, I'm gonna start figure out what the heck is going on with the music. Figure it out. You are welcome to continue to talk while I try that. I'm gonna see you next Friday when we're here. I hope that you have an amazing week. I hope the job, instead of all, you start shifting to create. You are saying your water as it's you. It's you that brings. It's not about leaving the job. It's not a boss, quitting corporate America, any of those things. Us up to be that where we go. Okay? So, and I'm hoping that you need help figuring out how to pass that along. We should get on a call. We should talk about it. I would like. Now let me see. Let me Google to share through when screen. See, I know I'm not the only one who. And Google says to share audio while screen share a specific Chrome tab. Share tab audio. If share system audio. Ooh, that works. Share. Okay, but see when I do audio, to share audio, share tab. So then it says it's really just need for a full system to share a tab. Noise cancellation issue. To share screen session and chosen platform. In this case is YouTube. Then select. And so and shares to share screen. You can choose share. So let's try. Let's just click this. Now let me see. I can hide that. And then let's see if the settings. Let's see. Share tools. Center devices, cast, install page as an app. That's interesting. I wonder. I wonder if I could just. Maybe that's what I need to do. Let me see, because I imagine the music. No, there's not a desktop app. But I wonder if there's a. let's try that. That's not it. Let me see. Listen, thank y'all for staying on to help me figure this out. Let me see. YouTube Studio. Oh wait, let me open that in a different window. YouTube Studio Desktop. Okay, wait a minute. Is this it? No, that's not it. I got real excited. Desktop app. Okay, web catalog. How to install YouTube Studio as a desktop app. Okay. Mac. Okay, download. Let me see, what does this say? Visit the web and directly log into your YouTube and navigate to your profile. Access the studio. Oh, that's what it is. Install page as an app and click it and then follow the prompts. Okay, so let's see. I just had that. Where did I see that? Over here. More tools. Share. Cast. Find. Edit. Oh Lord, I just had it. Extensions. I literally just had it. It was installed as an app. I didn't know what the heck that was. Save. Oh, here it is. Install page as an app. Live YouTube. Okay. Okay. So now it's showing it as an app. What does that do? Allow microphone. Manage. Ooh. Microphone. Embedded content. Okay. Don't know what that does. Let's try to share music again. Come back to here. And oh, I had it last week. Can y'all hear that? But what does it sound like? Is it decent audio or is it obnoxious? Can you not even hear it? It's playing over on this end, but I don't know how it's playing for you. So this is what I need. I'm glad that you stayed so you can help me figure that part out. Services, settings, view, enter full screen. Can you hear it, y'all? Messages. Okay. Moderation, pop out chat, community. Y'all aren't saying anything, but I can see this. It still wants to share the tab audio. But I don't want. This tab. Select window to share. Tap share audio. Share tab. It doesn't want to do that. I think I'm just unless let me see. Music. Lennon. Continue. Five, 7, 9. Done. Where music. Let me go to my library. But I don't want to. I don't think this is working. I'm just gonna have to switch back. Let me know if you just join out some stuff, cause it wasn't working, and I'm trying to figure out why. I kind of need to be on here. In order to figure it out. What I can tell, from what I can tell, is that if you're sharing somebody else's video, necessarily going to just let you play music. Man, get it together. At least it's not as bad as it was before. It's unlike before. Okay. See? I have my headphones on, so how would it be? But let's it says sound options. Oops, I opened this before. Motion applications allow USB serial port optimizer virtual reality. It says if you wanna, you can relaunch like the last time. It says reload. Ooh, looks. Check. My goodness. Get rid of the music.